Hello everyone, good morning, and we are ready to start our farewell conference. Today it will be divided into several parts. The first part will be the farewell speeches of the organizers. The second part will be farewell speeches of the trainers. Then we will present the media products produced during this stage of the project and award the certificates. And that will be the end of our final stage of Media Dialogue 2020. So I would like to invite to give his speech Dr. Wolfgang Ressmann, the Executive Director of the OKTV Ludwigshafen. And please congratulate our participants with this final stage. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Katarina, for your words and for your organization of this great week. Yeah, dear participants, dear trainers, dear organizers, to all our teams, I thank you very much that everything worked fine in this crazy times. As we started in January, thinking about the project 2020, nobody thought how complicated it will be and how much changes we have to organize. And we have been in the middle of the year really in doubt whether it works or not to transform the whole project in a digital format. I want you to remember that we tried to start with the Berlin stage, then going to Armenia, and then going to Lviv and going to Kiev personally and analog and not digital. But I think it was a great challenge to transform it, and we got a lot of new ideas, I think, and a lot of new impulses we can use for the future. We made these 2 seminars. I think the seminars also worked very well. So thank you very much to Lena on this point, because Lena also prepared it. Prepared the seminars and moderated later on the conferences. So we learned a lot, and we based it, I think, on the experience of the students from the universities. They also had no chance to go to the university. They only saw the university in 2 dimensions on the screen and learning. So we choose this way. We are Zoom, and I think it was very well. Again, the seminars were well. The results of the seminars, we will see some later, were very well. And we had the chance to get a lot of very, very interesting keynote speakers via Zoom from a lot of parts in the world and in our countries, and even from other countries outside our core group or our 5 countries. We got so we learned a lot, and we opened this project digitally to a lot of other interesting multiplicators, discussion partners, and so on. And I think this is a really great progress for the project, building on 4 times analog meetings where so that we know each other and we trust each other, and based on that, it was enough in this year only to have a picture of each other for weeks. And so I will miss the daily view to Katarina, to Volodymyr, to Minoas, and all the others. But I hope next year we will meet online plus real again, and we will find a combination between both, for example, to transmit also the opening and the ending conferences as as Zoom conferences, to invite all other participants from all participating states and perhaps also some keynote speakers. One of the great things, I think, via Zoom was and is the possibility that we can tape all the keynotes and document it on the YouTube channel of the Media Dialogue project. So we will have a really great documentation of all keynotes, discussions, and so on for the audience wherever is interested in. I was very, and so on this base, I am, it's great also to show our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who funded this project again in this year, how we worked, what we worked, and that we can show our work digitally and also in a brochure like the years before. And I think we planned that will, I think Yevhen tell later on what we also planned on the digital side. We also planned a web page, Media Dialogue. So we have two pages, the info center page, and the idea of public access media for all, to show what's going on, to give a possibility to publish also videos and so on, and on the other side to show how this project worked, so that every organizer, every participant can go to this webpage and show on which project he participated. I think it is great that meanwhile for 5 years we are working together in a growing team. And so thank you very much. It started all with Volodymyr Daniluk. He made the contact of the university. Then via Youth for Media, Mkrtich Tonoyan joined us together with the Caucasus University, Lviv University, Lutsk University, and Odessa University joined the network. So we have a great academical background. We have students. Who want to learn, but not only to learn, also to produce media products to show their opinions about the heavy things of democracy, freedom of speech, and don't feed the flame and take care of the truth or tell the truth. One of the main points of the project, we saw how important this motto is when we look at Belarus, to the demonstrations for democracy of the majority of Belarus, and this terrible war situation in Armenia, and we still know what's happening in Donbass. And we have heard about the conflict in Transnistria from our new Moldavian friends. And so we all know, working in public, working as journalists or on publishing news, how important news are, how important it is to inform the audience, and how important it is to tell really the truth and not feeding the flame of this conflict. So we have a really great responsibility, and I think after 5 years and after this great challenge of digital work with great results, we really can go, let's say in this way, outside and to present this project and the network to a bigger audience, web-based, with all our possibilities, using the internet and showing our media competence too. So this was a real unusual project, but I think in the next years, and I hope the project will continue, a combination of internet and real meetings will even get and also a next step in this dialogue project. So from my side, thank you very much to all who worked with us, to work for us, and to all the work in the background we had to do to see us in 2 dimensions on the screen and listening to each other, to the speakers. That was really great work, and I know we made it ourselves. How often we phoned and how often we chatted, and to organize all these conferences online, to document it. And we are now starting in the with documentation of 2020 media dialogue, and you all will see it on screen again in 2 dimensions, printable as a brochure, what we have done, and I think we can all be proud of it. And perhaps we made a little thing for freedom of speech, knowing that people in all our countries are running on the same think way, let us say, in this. And there is solidarity, and that we are working together great, and this is a great result of our project. So thank you very much to all, and I'm very interested in the results we will show later on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear Wolfgang, for such an amazing and encouraging and inspiring speech. We really hope to continue our work together, of course, in the next years, and develop the project even further. So now I would like to pass the word to Volodymyr Daniluk, the head of the Forum of Ukrainian Journalists and the leading journalist of Ukraine. Volodymyr, welcome.
Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья. Я именно так называю каждого участника, который присутствует в этой Zoom-конференции, ну и который еще будет к нам присоединяться, потому что действительно мы сработали как одна команда, каждый сделал свой взнос, вклад, наверное, точнее. То, что произошло, очень хорошо, что мы расширили географию. Немножко печально, что как раз в период реализации нашего проекта Андрею Баструнцу, который руководит Белорусской ассоциацией журналистов, пришлось ходить на допрос в Следственный комитет. Но даже этот эпизод, он тоже показывает, что за свободу слова надо бороться, и такие международные мероприятия, которые мы вместе проводим, они важны, потому что они показывают, что какая-нибудь организация, медиаорганизация или какое-нибудь учебное заведение в отдельной стране или в каком-либо городе, они существуют не одни, они имеют очень большую поддержку, очень широкую географию этой поддержки. И это тоже один из важных результатов нашей работы. Я считаю, что да, нам надо красиво, адекватно осветить эту конференцию, особенно в медиа, и на будущее расширять географию, искать новых партнеров, подключать новых друзей и достигать новых результатов. Спасибо вам всем.
Thank you very much, dear Volodymyr. And now, I'm sorry, but you can hear Yevhen speaking. He is presenting the annual scientific report of our institute. So wish him luck. And I would like to pass the word to Mkrtich Tonoyan, our Armenian partner, the head of AKAS Cultural NGO. Mkrtich, welcome.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for this opportunity again. And it's really, I'm also excited with all these things that we could manage during the year, overcoming so much difficulties, so much problems, and new problems, let me say, that we never faced before. And but it gave sort of like new quality to our project. This is something important that my colleagues just mentioned about that. and this bad moment is this unfortunately turned into quality and fortune. So this is important thing, which shows our will and dedication of this project continue and keep building and firming up our network. And from just a few words about like Armenia, again, I would like to say it was sort of also important to include being able to include Gyumri city as we planned before. Like if the real visit happened, we would be there and we will see, but we could manage that. And was also I'm happy actually having this media training studio included in this, and seems they would like to be in long-term partnership if we continue project with their little like production studio, which is also very good, having their input with the such opportunity, small media lab included in this, and also Art Academy. As in his speech, director of Art Academy told that they want to sort of have alternative studios, though it not only like fine art doing, but include digital medias in art production. They are on this way, and they think that being part of our project and collaborating with us, they will get great chance of collaboration with media production people and have some outcome that they really would like to get, and it also will support them to build their own art media lab. Now they are on the way. It was difficult year for students and for academies as well. So they also had restrictions, not attending classes, this kind of stuff. But whatever, in between these was possible to make something. End of today's conference, we have already some contribution from this media training studio that they yesterday sent to us. I can show some film of this that they made. It's like mainly like it's like social clip, not really film, and also a little contribution from Art Academy that they have. And I would like to show also demo of a film that I invited a very famous documentary filmmaker to work and collaborate with us, and we together making this film about, actually when we started it, it was about Corona and war was not running. Then war started, so we had to spontaneously change the topic or like transfer and include new topic inside. So we call it like social distance, like COVID distance during the war. I have a little demo of this. We still need to more shootings and then editing on film, and we hope that by February a whole film will be ready. So that's my short report about this. Just tell me when it's time to show lot.
Thank you very much, dear Mkrtich, and thank you a lot for bringing up the artistic part into this project. Because as one of the famous British writers said, that it will not be the journalist who will bring the politicians down. It will be the cartoonist. So it will be the artist. So I'm very happy that you started it, and in this stage, Volodymyr also invited the Ukrainian cartoonist. So I really hope that in the next projects we will include this artistic part even more, and it will be developed, and it will also involve our participants to produce some artistic products. So now it would be really great to hear Yevhen, but unfortunately he's still presenting the report, but he will definitely join us a bit later. So we are moving to our second part, and it is the farewell speeches of the trainers. And I would like to pass my word to Daria Jaranowska, who was the trainer of the audio podcast group, and she's working in Bühnehaus Münster. So Daria, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sorry for the background, but I need to work from home today and I am moving to another flat next week. So it doesn't look so good, but anyways, it does not matter so much what is in the background. Yes, this project was really special. I mean, as Wolfgang has said. However, I also, I mean, at the beginning, I was really thinking that especially for us, for the trainers, and especially when you're supposed to train people about media, and you're supposed to do something practical with them, is really hard and actually almost not doable in a way how we would like to normally do this face to face. But in the end, I need to say that there are some positives which I've noticed. Like, for example, yesterday, we would, I guess, never ever talk about the situation in Poland because we would not have probably the guest speakers, for example. So I guess it's really nice to have some speakers which normally would not join the project because of, for example, the traveling possibilities and financing and so on and so on. So it's really a good thing. And actually, I would like to thank Wolfgang that he was anyways not scared of Corona, and he was saying, you know, we will do this. And we really somehow managed. However, I was very skeptic when he was, and I was talking to him on the phone and he said, no, we will do this. But yeah, he was crazy enough and it was worth it. On the other hand, it was really a challenge because I mean, many times we didn't even know what we will do, how many people we will have. In my case, I also actually sometimes didn't have people to produce something. But in the end, we managed, and I would like to thank, I don't know if they are there, but the guys from the Lviv University, they were producing the podcast on during the first stage of the project, and they were in touch with me also between the projects. So it's really impressive, especially that the students have their own exams and studies and online classes. So I really actually admire them. And I would like to thank the girls who were joining this time. I mean, I was already saying it to Katarina that they were really nice. And especially that they were saying also that they are between the exams, and they anyways managed to prepare questions for the podcast which we were producing. And thanks also to Minoas, because he was also our guest speaker during the podcast. So the four girls were really, first of all, very sympathetic, I need to say. They are very, very, very nice people. And also, to be honest, I actually didn't need to, after the podcast, I didn't need to say, okay, ask this question again, or maybe add this, maybe ask another question, and so on and so on. Really, they basically, we recorded live, and I actually didn't need to cut almost anything. I was actually cutting only the spaces where Minoas was thinking what to answer. So this gave me the biggest job to do, actually. And yes, we recorded this week a podcast about actually this project. I mean, first of all, it was the easiest way because we had the people there and we didn't need to organize anything, especially that we had the time pressure. And second of all, I think that it was nice to talk about the results and how was it for the participants also to join the project, because, you know, one thing is the conference itself where we have the great keynote speakers and we have the discussions, but the other hand is the other side are the people, the participants, the students who are there and who are listening to it. And if they are not saying their feedback out loud, you don't know if it was fine or not. And thanks to this podcast, I hope and I guess that we managed to say the story. And yeah, we actually, the podcast itself is over 20 minutes, almost half an hour, but I cut it yesterday to a smaller part, which is, I guess, around 12 minutes. So Katarina will now, I guess, present it. And don't worry if there will be, you will hear that there are some cuts, maybe some parts will not make so much sense after another, but in any case, as I say, that's just a shorter version, and the longer version, I guess, will be available on the website, which Minoas is updating the whole time. So yeah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for the possibility. And also the last thing which I wanted to say is directly to Katarina and to Yevhen. I really like the idea that you engage students to be the moderators. I guess that's the very nice idea. They also did a great job. And I think this is one of the probably few possibilities where they can really work practically. I mean, I was studying almost the same, and I know that it's not so easy to gain some practice experiences. So a great job, great ideas. And yeah, thank you. So if you, Katarina, will show now the podcast show, I mean, you will not see anything, but you will listen to it, hopefully. So thank you.
Thank you, dear Daria. Yeah, we will, of course, show the podcast, but a bit later, after the farewell speeches. Of course, we will present all the photos and very funny photos from our institute, and we will share the podcast. And I must say that it was very funny. The girls did amazing job. Thanks to you, they were here recording, hiding under the walls, and finding the place, finding the silent spots to record it. So it was very nice experience for them. We thank you a lot for this amazing work. And now, Minoas, if you are ready to say goodbye to our participants, you are welcome, please.
Yeah. So Daria talked much about the way of work during this project. For me, it was a bit easier with my group, because we established some communication over the last stages, and even though it was online, we could work now very well. And the good thing was that the blog group was also able to work between the different stages. I can show you, for example, the website here, the Forum of Ukrainian Journalists. Here you can see the different articles that we have published. And if you have a look at the dates, 30th of November, then beginning of December, and now in the last days, but we had constantly content coming out because the participants also worked after the last stage, and also will still publish after this ending conference. And so you can still expect some articles. As you can see on Instagram, more even better the whole results of the different articles. I mean, behind all of these photos is at least one article that this has been written about speeches of the project and about the related background information. So it's, how much is it? It's 17 articles probably. And here, of course, you can see also the different stages to see, again, the different speakers that we could experience. Yeah, there are too many now to look at all of them, but of course, if you want to listen to their speeches again, you can also check Facebook, where we will share their speeches, because of course we can also share links from YouTube and other content that got uploaded about the project. But now let's have a look at the articles that were published in the last week and also before. Let's do it chronically. So we will check first one article still about the stage in Armenia that I will present now because Tonoyan, who wrote this article, has class now. She wrote about the media training studio in Gyumri, where she was also able to visit it and had also the direct connection and could also ask questions and make some live research about it, and wrote this article about how the youth there can have some practical experience in journalism and not only study at university. And this is the nice thing also, because she was there, she could also take pictures, which was a bit difficult this year. So let's move on to the next article. There are still two more about this media situation in Armenia and related issues. So maybe Luba wants to present her own article.
Yes, hello to everyone. I'm Luba, I'm from Ukraine. And I want to introduce you my article, The Role of Art in Times of War. It's dedicated to topics of Armenia stage. We showed extraordinary importance of art in times of social problems of the countries. I chose this topic because I was really inspired by it, and it was like insight for me. As always, the speaker were all great, and the topics of discussion were important and relevant. I was really impressed by previous speech, especially of Mstislav Chernov. His work couldn't leave anyone indifferent. I will remind participants that Mstislav is a war journalist and he shoots video from places where hostilities are taking place, and he showed us his impressive film about the war in Ukraine and Armenia. It was really moving. And the main thing that I want to say in this article, that every person fight with the problem in their own way. I mean that everyone is special and everyone's work is valuable. Someone can defend the country in war, and someone can create a performance that will touch the soul of at least one civilian. And this person who will be inspired by this performance, for example, will make some kind of military donation. And so, art and culture are extremely important aspects for the people at any time, and especially during some national problems. After all, on the one hand, when there is only negative around, everyone needs emotional relief, and this relief can be art. And on the other hand, through art, you can also convey important messages that will find a response in everyone's subconscious. And in conclusion, we are people of the media sphere, art and creativity, and we also have a weapon, information, and the ability to communicate not only with the brains of people, but also with their hearts and even subconscious. So we must use such weapons for good purposes, to not harm anyone. And if our country needs some actions and help, we have as a specialist to convey it to people in language that they understand. So will be our this can be our main contribution to the protection of our country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Luba. Yeah, as you see, the participants didn't just write articles that they had to write. They chose topics themselves that they were interested in, and that they had also some relation to. And they dig deeper than only summed up the keynote speeches. They also put in their own thoughts and so on. And I think that's the way they can develop the best their own skills and learn more. Now, the next article is about the war in Nagorno-Karabakh and also some points of geopolitics. Alina will present it. It's her article.
Yes, hello to everyone. First, I want to thank you to the organizers of this project and to Mrs. Katerina Sokolova and Yevhen Tsymbalenko for opportunity to take part in such project. It gave me a lot of experience. And as you see, main part of my works was dedicated to Nagorno-Karabakh war, because this topic was and is very close to me. It is my life because Nagorno-Karabakh war, especially the first Nagorno-Karabakh war, was the reason why I live in Ukraine. Why my parents in 1992 moved to Ukraine, and this topic is very important for me. This article about the war in Nagorno-Karabakh and geopolitics are mainly about the speech of Grand Melik Shahnazaryan. He spoke about three main issues about Nagorno-Karabakh. It was first the history of the war, the geopolitical excursion, and the last one was the media development. So we also supplemented this article with some pictures that Grand Melik Shahnazaryan sent us, and we appreciate to him for this, because during our work at the project, we had only one problem, the lack of photos, and such help really help us to make our articles more interesting for our readers. So yeah, thank you all of you for support for such international project. I believe that it will help make for all participating countries their media system more independent, more covering the truth. And thank you, Minoas, for your advice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too for participating in writing this article. I think this article also shows how the different countries that participate in this project are connected, and that you can't just look at the media situation and politics of one country, but everything is connected. And also, like, this conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh is connected to other countries like Ukraine. Also, topics like fake news and monitoring of media violations, for example, are something international. Yeah, we had a speech about that, and Mariam wrote an article about it that she will present now. No, I'm sorry, Lizzie, I confused it.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Lizzie from Tbilisi, Georgia. First of all, it's good to see many familiar and new faces at the same time. And while speaking, I want to thank each and every one of you for your amazing speeches and organizing this project. I really learned a lot, and I'm glad to be here. Now, as for my article, I chose this topic because fake news are like very important nowadays, because usually it leads to like it misleads so many people, and it creates dangerous environment around us. So this was after one of our speakers' presentation, Miss Maya Holob. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. She works at the Institute of Mass Information, and in my article I talked about like what they work for. Basically, they monitor situations during elections to monitor how everything is going on. They analyze articles, TV channels, interviews to prevent any mass information spread of it. And she talked about like how time-consuming this work is, so it is very important to appreciate their work because it's important to give people right information, because that's what democracy is about, right? And later she also talked about fake news and the purpose of it. Like sometimes people use it to mislead people, sometimes for pure political reasons, and sometimes it's just a mistake. So it is important to differentiate it and try to solve it. And in my article, I also talked about the methods to fight against it. And one particular way that I talked about, and also she mentioned about it, which is, I think everyone should know about it, it's the website TinEye. If you want to like check the origin or history of the photo, you can just upload the picture on this website and it will show you history of it, and you can check if the photo depicts the reality or not. So if you want to like check more details about my article, you can like visit this website or just my social media, my Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lizzie,
Thank you
for
very
the
much.
article.
Minoas, I'm
Okay.
sorry, can we interrupt you for a bit? Because Andrei Bastanes cannot stay for long with us, and we would really like to hear his situation.
Okay, of course.
Андрей? Андрей, вы с нами?
Андрей, включите микрофон, мы вас не слышим.
Так,
О,
добрый
да,
день, сейчас
порядок.
слышно?
Да, да, слышно.
Угу. Сейчас, секундочку, если возможно, настрою и экран тоже. Или вы меня видите?
Мы вас видим прекрасно.
Да, ну отлично тогда. Ну вот я уже написал в сообщениях, что рад действительно, вот пусть так онлайн встретиться со всеми вами. Это очень интересная программа, очень интересная идея. К сожалению, та ситуация, в которой мы все оказались, я имею в виду сейчас коронавирус, она не дала в полной мере использовать весь потенциал этой программы, и я надеюсь, что это случится все-таки, ну, может быть, в следующем году, может быть, дальше. Я очень хотел бы, чтобы это произошло, чтобы мы могли увидеться вместе и в Армении, и в Украине, и в Германии, и уже страшно сказать, но и в Беларуси тоже, потому что та ситуация, в которой мы сейчас оказались, конечно же, она, мягко говоря, не благоприятствует для проведения каких-то программ и проектов, но я надеюсь, что она все-таки будет иметь когда-то свое завершение. К сожалению, не могу сказать, когда это случится. Но вы наверняка знаете, что происходит в нашей стране. Сейчас для нас ключевой вопрос – это 3 журналистки, которые находятся под стражей в тюрьме по уголовным делам. Вот буквально вчера прошла информация, что более 1500 граждан Беларуси, России, Украины и других стран уже высказались в их поддержку, подписали заявление в их поддержку. И я тоже надеюсь, что, может быть, это окажет какое-то воздействие на белорусские власти, которые вот просто задерживают людей ни за что, за выполнение своих профессиональных функций, причем за профессиональное выполнение этих профессиональных функций, когда не смотрят ни на, да, вообще ни на что не смотрят. Вот это сейчас самая больная наша тема, далеко не единственная, конечно же. Нам остается только верить, что в 2020 год мы войдем, в 2021 год мы войдем с лучшим настроением, и что все вот эти вот беды, с которыми мы столкнулись в 2020-м, они останутся в этом же году и останутся. Ну и еще раз передаю привет и Владимиру, и Вольгану, и всем остальным коллегам.
Спасибо большое, Андрей. Thank you very much, Andrei. We really needed to hear the Belarus situation and really hope that we will continue our work. And we wish you well. Please stay strong, and maybe the system will be broken and you will have more freedom to do your job.
Katarina,
yes, please, Wolfgang.
Andrei, thank you very much, and it's great to see you. We were all a little scared, you know why, and so it's very great to see you, and I am very happy that you joined the project. We now work together since 2016, I think. First time we met at Kiev, and even also in this harder situation and circumstances, we work together. So it's a great sign, and it's also a sign for solidarity. And let's keep on working together in this sense. Thank you very much for your words.
Thank you very much. Now we can continue to present our products. And Minoas, if you can continue, we would really like to invite you to the board.
Question, yes? Oh, okay. Yeah, now you can hear me, right? Okay. Yeah, let's continue then. So these are now the articles, also this one, about the current stage. Until now we have 3 that are published. There's another one ready, and there's still some coming. I don't know how many, 2 maybe. Yeah, but no, the next one is the one of Mariam, finally. She will present it.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Mariam Barbakadze, and I'm from Georgia. I study international relations in Caucasus University. And first of all, I want to thank you all for giving us an opportunity to be a part of this great project, despite the fact that we had no opportunity to meet in person. Because for me as an IR student, it's really important to be aware of the current issues that these countries are dealing with nowadays. And this media dialogue project, I think, is one of the great platforms for cooperation and understanding. And I hope that we will have a chance to meet in person in future. So now I want to talk a little bit about my article that was published yesterday, and thanks to Minoas for this. I wrote an article about one of the keynote speaker, Yuri Zalesniak, an associate professor of the new media department, Yevhen Franco National University, who presented the new German journalism standards under modern threats and challenges. And it was really interesting for me because he talked about journalism in different way and outlined new approaches. And also he mentioned the Russian impact and influence on the Ukrainian media and the situation they have nowadays. The situation source can be diverse, and the audience also mostly get free information from different sources, and most of them use Facebook for this. But a couple of years ago, the most active and popular network in Ukraine was Contakte. Another important topic was how people understand fake news, and our speaker also mentioned the new approaches in communication that was changed in 2019 in Ukraine under the administration of under the presidential administration, because they chose a new approach to communicate with people and with no media and with no journalists, and they just chose a direct way for communication, and it really worked actually. And another interesting thing in his speech was how people understand the question and how can the formulation of questioning can be misleading for respondents. For example, when people in USA were asked about whether they prefer the Obamacare or affordable care, it was about a medical care. Most of them chose affordable care, but actually it was two names for one medical care document. Same was in Ukraine about NATO, when the Crimeans and Eastern Ukrainians were asked about whether they preferred to be a part of NATO or North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and majority of people chose North Atlantic Treaty Organization just because they had not the correct information. So finally, speaker described the situation that is predictable in 10 years, and he outlined the importance of truthfulness and how important it is to be the information true, because he said the standards are really important, because standard is like making great dish for the audience, and it's like an art. And yes, you can check my article, and I'm really so grateful and thankful for you, and I hope we will meet in person, and I wish you good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mariam. I think this is one of the most interesting parts about this project, that there are participants from different countries coming together and exchanging their experiences and problems of their media systems and the practice of journalism. And it's interesting how people from one country interpret and understand, for example, this keynote speech from another country, and how they apply it on their own perspective and situation in their own country. No, finally, the last article, I think it's also enough for you to listen to, because we have published very much in the last time. The last article is about domestic violence and victim blaming, especially in the times of COVID-19. And you will hear more from Anastasia about the article.
Hello everyone, greetings from Volyn National University. So basically my topic was about the domestic violence, and it was obviously inspired by the speech of Mr. Kononov. And actually it is important for me to write about it, and actually it's not that big. It's more like about that this topic was discussed, just because people just always forgetting about that we are human, and we need to remember that our injuries could our society injuries could affect on the future. So basically it's more about that the issue is still continue to affect on us. And on Wednesday, I just asked Mr. Kononov a simple and kind of basic question about why Ukrainian society used to victim blaming, and not because I didn't know that yet, just to remind everyone, the participants and organizers and people from another countries who don't know the Ukrainian context, just to remember that that the history background has a really big impact on us, and we need to remember that the toxic relationships in our households can affect on different ways, and on the progress as well. Unfortunately, we all raised by the possible words of wisdom that "Моя хата з краю, нічого не знаю." For our foreign colleagues, it's more like "My house on the edge, I don't wanna know nothing." The translation is more about that people don't wanna get involved in something and don't wanna pay attention on the environment, and it's a big issue because it don't make actually the progress. We're more interested in cosmic questions or something like that, to attend in the Mars and to live on the to live on the moon, but actually we don't want to change us as well. So at the end, I want to tell that the words "I'm the human after all, they put the blade on me," we all should use not only the famous words from the famous song, but actually as a rule. because if you want to blame someone, be sure that you tell that you're telling your truth and not the damaged society traditions and childhood trauma speak through you. So thank you all, and thank you the organizers, and thank you obviously the participants for this chance, because it was the first experience for me. And it was very interesting. I hope we all meet soon in the next year, and we all have such good projects to share different opinions with others. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. I think with this article, we can also see what Daria said, that this year also the topics expanded a bit. Maybe domestic violence or the fights of women in Poland are not the first thing that people think about when they hear the word media, but of course they're connected to media, and media play a big role in these conflicts and problems. So I find it very good that we also had these kind of topics now, and we're able to learn more about these now in this conference week, which or this whole conference project this year, which focused more on the content part, and where direct working in groups was not as good, was not able as well as the years before. So yeah, I want to thank my participants for their great work and producing that many articles. As I said, there are still some coming, so you will be informed over social media, or if you just check the website, you will see them. I also want to thank the organizers and the keynote speakers for providing the possibilities of this project and giving us input that we can think and work about.
Thank you very much, Minoas. And I would like to mention that the students who worked with you, this is our wonderful, creative, and really strong course of the advertising and PR educational program. And they are very, very motivated and encouraged, and they started their work in the field actually from the first year, and some of them continued in the second year. And actually, if you paid attention, now we have more followers on Instagram and on Facebook. We used to have like 36 or something like that, and now we have 100 on Facebook and 104 on Instagram, which we helped you a bit, you know. Our students, they are doing SMM, so it was not a problem. I asked them, like, can you do 100? And they were like, in 10 minutes, yes, ready. So hopefully it will develop, and next we will have not 100, but 1,000, and then 2,000, and then maybe 1 million followers, hopefully. So it is very important what you are doing. Thank you very much. And now we have the video group planned, but unfortunately I don't see Gustav here. So then we can move on to the presentation of the videos and photographs that were made here at the Institute, and also to the presentation of the audio podcast. So now I had troubles with the sound today, so just let me a second. Yeah, unfortunately the sound disappeared again. So while I'm fixing the sound, I would pass the word to Yevhen Tsymbalenko, because he was not available before. Yevhen, please, could you?
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'd like to join to our meeting. I successfully passed the scientific report and I'm very happy of it. It's like an exam for students. It's scientific report for me because of end of year and a lot of final activities we're meeting now. if you remember, yesterday we announced the surprise for you and announced something new and interesting. And if you think that only blogs, only video materials, only sound we produced, you are a little bit mistaken. Thanks of Wolfgang's idea, we work on the creating a wiki page of our project, I mean page on Wikipedia. And now I would like to present such a type of our activity during not only this project week, but some weeks before this project. And now I share the wiki page. Look, we created page on Wikipedia with detailed information about our project. I see my screen is blinking. Do you see the?
Yes, now we see.
Oh, great. Okay. Something was wrong with my screen. Well, we created a page on Wikipedia with detailed information about our project. We want to spread more information about Media Dialogue project, and Wikipedia is a very good idea because if you know that search engine, for example, Google, very fast in indexing information on the Wikipedia. And everyone who will found information about Media Dialogue, about projects, about some keynote speakers or some characters who connected with our project will get the link for this Wikipedia page. We develop very detailed contests. You may see it here. We put information about project mission, about project organizers. Sorry, not for every organizer we input the picture, because this is just draft, as you see, and we plan to finalize this page to the end of next week, but now we want to present our work now. Project organizers information in each country, and project partners, I mean institutions in each country, with short information about these countries, about these partners, sorry. And also we have information about supporters who support our project and give us financial support or informational support on different kind of support of our project. And of course, information which placed in different media about our project. Here is web links to these materials. Every user could follow these links and read or saw these materials. Of course, project results. We placed our results on the Media Dialogue YouTube channel, on the Info Center webpage, on the Media Dialogue Facebook group and page, and Media Dialogue Instagram. All these links I collect here and placed. And of course, contacts. Now I just get the ability to place email address of Wolfgang Ressmann and of course my contacts. I will ask in our coordinators about ability to place their email addresses here, because it's open information and maybe no one will want to show this information. And in references, we collect links to our brochures. Now we have only 3 brochures, and we will produce a new one in this year. And we hope that this page will be add with other information. We will correct it, and we will support this page and fill more information. That's all for my short presentation. Katerina is fighting with sound. Oh, it's working.
Okay, thank you everyone for waiting. We are ready to present our audio podcast group product, which was very actively working here at the Institute, and it was really funny to watch them because they were searching this spot, they were making the pictures, and the girls were amazing. And I told Daria also that she did an amazing job on organizing them. So I'm ready to share the podcast with you. This is the short version, but the full version will be, of course, published at the website.
Hello to everyone. Today we are going to talk with participants of Media Dialogue 2020. My name is Julia, and together with me, my colleague Diana, and we're going to lead this conversation.
And can you talk a little bit more about your responsibilities as a group leader? What did you do?
Yeah, I can tell you about the blog group that I'm responsible for. I'm actually not the one writing the whole articles for the blog. Sometimes I also write articles and take photos, but my main task is to support the students that come from Ukraine, from Georgia and Armenia, to support them to write articles about the project that we have now, to document what is happening and to give some background information, to see the whole context of the discussions that we have in the project. So we have the different topics that we talk about in the project, and the students can choose the topics that they want to write about, and then they work on an article. If they have any questions, if they need any support, I'm there for them. I can give them tips about writing, about how to get information, or photos for the post on the website. And yeah, then we work together to make the best out of the article, and then we publish it over the website infocenter.com.ua, and then we also share it over social media, Facebook and Instagram, and create some nice photos, so also people outside of the project can get an impression what we are doing here.
Okay, what was your favorite topics?
As you know, I come from Artsakh, so it was very important for me to write quality articles about the situations in Armenia. I believe that this topic should be discussed all over the world, and moreover, I think that this is the least that I, as a member of the diaspora in Ukraine, can do for my homeland, motherland. And It was also very important for me that one of our organizers, Mkrtich Tonoyan, read and liked my articles. So special thanks to him and other keynote speakers. They also sent us some photos. We used them to supplement the articles about the current situation in Armenia. And I also want to thank you for to my trainer for support and for advice.
That's such a warming story. And what about you, Luba? What was your favorite topic?
Yeah, my favorite topic was my last topic. It was about the role of art during social catastrophes and war in countries. At the stage in Armenia, the speaker spoke about the current problems of the country, about the war, about the hospitals, and how photographers, journalists, artists, designers, and other creative people show this problems, these events in their special way. I was really inspired by their performances and work, and I wrote my article, which is the best, as I think.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Yeah, so now is the question.
Thank you very much. The whole podcast is approximately 20 minutes. So you will be able to listen all of it, of course, and it is very interesting because it gives the perspective of the participants and the full experience of the trainer. So I really recommend you to listen to it. And now I would like to share the video made by the video group by our participant Pavlo Sterma. Just a second. Today technology is fighting me. So of course the mistakes will be corrected if you find them, but now at least we can show you the demo version. Considers one point of view correct. The person who has another opinion, they will not be able to express it because they will be scared to be different.
I was heard about the project in my first year at the Institute of Journalism.
Hello to everyone. Today we decided to interview the participants of Media Dialogue 2020. What were your responsibilities in this project?
Yes, my last article was my favorite.
So as you can see, the students have done an amazing job for our documentation because obviously working online doesn't allow us to take enough pictures, to film enough video, and also audio podcast group and video group, they worked amazingly because they need special equipment, obviously, and they need a special place to record it, but they still managed to do it, which is a very fabulous job. And hopefully we will soon publish it so everyone can listen and share it. And now we're moving to the most exciting part of today's conference, which is awarding the certificates to our participants. And some of them will get 2 certificates for participating in the scientific conference and also for participating in the project. So I would like to pass the word to Yevhen Tsymbalenko to award us the certificates to the project participants.
Thank you very much. But before we start, I would like to ask you, wait just 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute maximum, to give us a chance to prepare. Now we turn off the camera, but don't go away, just wait.
And while we're waiting, Mkrtich, could you please show us the works that you are that you have produced in Armenia?
Oh yes, I will show now, and maybe okay, some processes that we have done. Do you see now?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
And now?
Yes, now it's working.
So here I included just some photos from our trip, the 3-4 times we had to travel to Nagorno-Karabakh war zone for our filming. So those are photos from our process. We worked there. Like here you see this guy was our cameraman that voluntarily, bravely said, okay, I'm coming with you, because it was really dangerous being there. A result of this film, as I told you before, like will be possible, like to see. This is all what you see now is from Stepanakert, which is capital of Nagorno-Karabakh. This is governmental building of Nagorno-Karabakh. Still working process. This was maternity hospital that was bombed when I was next to that, like to make some shootings in site hospital. And in bunker. Yeah, those are just some documentation, and let me find more work to show. Sorry. But complicated. Actually, some of our friends had to do this, but for some reason, I'm the most reliable at the moment. excuse me. Don't know what to do. Oh.
Mkrtich, what if you download it? There is a button here, the arrow on top.
Yeah. One?
This one, this arrow. Okay. And if you download it, you can open it on the computer, and then it might work.
Okay, then maybe I have some. Yeah. Let's try. Okay, well, one. Then what shall I show before that?
No, I think it's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
And now you see it. Yeah.
It opens in other window.
Yeah, you need to stop sharing this screen and to open the video.
Sorry, what I should do?
Stop the screen share. Yeah, stop. And then start it again, but choose the player.
Oh my God. Such a complicated. Sorry again.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to pay.
Okay, this one maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
This is it.
I think you have to enable computer sound. If you you see this screen, I really would like to hear you talk. But when you see this green thing at the top, you have to put your mouse there, and there's an arrow that gives you more options, also to enable computer sound.
Okay, so this was about like that period, and just I have here some more short clip from Art Academy. So let me show that too. They asked me. Thank you too. And now a little bit from our media training center. And Astrid, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, Mkrtich.
Can you tell a little bit about
Of course.
project?
Hello, my name is Astrid. I'm from Media Studio, and I want to introduce you our short film about Gyumri. So our working group consists of 6 students, and one of the videos about is Armenian cuisine kitchen, and especially we want to introduce our the favorite dishes of Gyumri. Then we want to introduce you Armenian old buildings which were introduced Armenian cinematography. Yeah, we want to show you and quake 1988. Which fully distorted Gyumri, and this film about our strength, our love, and our hope to our city and history. 42 years later, we have rebuilt our city. One of the videos about is our museums, and we want to introduce Museum of Avadiki Saagyan, and we want to introduce you Night in Gyumri. So I think Mkrtich, you can show videos, yeah. This video about Museum of Avadiki Saagyan. So Avadiki Saagyan of our famous poet. And this video about the old buildings which were introduced in Armenian cinematography.
I have to jump from field to field just to save time. Sorry, Astrid, you can do introduction.
Mkrtich. Sorry. And this video introduces city in night time. About it. And this video about Armenian cuisine, especially the favorite dishes of Gyumri. They're introduced that our favorite dishes are kala and hash. It's hash. And this video about Kuwait 1988. And I want to say that this video about is and Kuwait of Gyumri.
Thank you very much, Master John.
Thank you too, and we hope that we meet next year. Thank you very much.
And they have worked also on a reportage that later it will be sent and shared with all of our. Thanks a lot. So good
Thank you
job.
very much.
We also hope that we will have you for a long time partner.
Thank you very much for your speech. Really, I don't know how to continue now because so sensitive information was given us, but still we moving on and go to the awarding all of our participants. And now I turn on the camera and you will see I am not Santa Claus. Tomorrow we will celebrate Saint Nicholas Day. It's holiday for children, but still it's a holiday for all of us too. Who was good boy or good girl will get today a present. And first of all, I want to give presents for participants of our Science in Practice conference. First participant who opened the conference was Volodymyr Bugrov. No, not so fast. Sorry. Today, techniques not working properly.
It is celebrating already.
Yeah. And I have such a type of mask on my face. Well, Volodymyr Bugrov, the next participant of our conference. No, it's not working. По-моему, я пропал.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, everything okay.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe I will share the screen. Just a second. Here. So the first participant was Volodymyr Bugrov. Unfortunately, he's a very busy man because he is a vice rector. So we will pass the certificate to him personally. And his speech was really amazing because he introduced you how the university works during these pandemic times. The next participant is Hayana Yüksel, who gave the speech about the Crimea in the pandemic times. And it was very important because the territory is occupied and we do not get enough information and the media are silent about it. So it was really important to hear that. So we will pass the certificate also because I'm not sure that Aina could be present today. The next one was Ksenia Vasilenko, who was the head of the Levy Bereg Information Agency. And I think that her speech was very informative to you. And she's also a very busy person. So we will pass the certificate as well. The next participant is Maria Sabada. She's the MA program student here at the Institute. And I'm not sure. Is she here? Maybe she's not here too. So it is explainable because they have the exams right now because they are graduating from the institute and they need to defend their diplomas. So that's why maybe she's not here. Victoria Nikitanko is the PhD student of the institute. She's a very active person. She has her own business and she has her own page blog on Facebook. So she's giving advice to the public already, and I think she is one of the most successful PhD students at this institute right now. And another participant is Vladislav Kononov, who presented his amazing speech about the domestic violence in Ukraine, and he shared his own experience with us. So we feel very grateful because it takes courage and it takes some really brave, features to actually talk about that. And another person is Volodymyr Daniluk, who, due to the circumstances, unfortunately couldn't be present and give his speech, but he is working on the representation of the sexuality in the Ukrainian media, which is very important because it causes the stereotypes. So unfortunately, you couldn't hear his speech, but he sent his materials, so we will publish them later when we will present the book of the materials of the conference. And the last person to get the certificate of attendance for the scientific conference is Jakub Badji. He's our PhD student from Algeria, and he is one of the most active foreign students at our institute. He's doing an amazing job working with the scientific coordinator in Algeria and working here with us. So we thank him for this perspective of the Arab world that he presented at the conference. So these are the certificates for the scientific conference, and now I will share the screen and we will present the certificates for the general part.
I should say that I stole this idea from Mkrtich and little bit modernize it to give certificate online. Thank you, Mkrtich, for your idea.
And now I pass the word to Yevhen Tsymbalenko to present the certificates to our participants.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for our moderators. As we told before, we had 3 moderators who changed each other in different days. And one of them is Nazar Voitenkov, who worked with us at the first day. Thank you, Nazar, for your great work. The next certificate is for Anastasia Karamasheva. She worked with us in the second day, and she showed very good results of study in institute for the specialization of scenario writer. Thank you, Anastasia, for your work. And the next one is Valery Dechakivsky. I must say that he is the king of our university. We have some show, and we select the king and queen of Taras Shevchenko National University. It's Valery is king of Taras Shevchenko National University of Kiev. We're proud of that, and thank Valery for your work as moderator. The next,
thank you too.
And the next one is certificates for working groups member. I should say sorry because not of all members will have certificate right now, because I done it at night and have not enough names for producing certificates. First of all, thank you for your participation, Diana Stilik. And next one, please scroll. Nothing changed.
So the next one is Alina Arustamian from the blog group. Thank you very much for the participation, and we believe that you have done an amazing job, because it was very important to you as well because of the war, because it influenced your life as well.
Thank you very
The
much.
next person, thank you too. The next person is Lyubov Milokhina. She's another wonderful representative of the advertising and PR department. So we really thank her. She also worked in a blog group.
Oh, yeah. And next, our participants is Pavlo Stelmach, who produced a perfect video about our work and how we live in university right now. Thank you, Pavlo. Next one, please. Oh, and now I would like to tell some thank you words for our trainers. The first certificate we awarded, nothing changed. For Daria Jaranowska, who is head of audio group, audio team. Thank you, Daria, for your work. Next one, please. Minoas Andriotis. Thank you very much for your great work. Today, your product is more the majority of all products of our week, and you are presented in different sphere, not only on the site info center, but on the Facebook page and the Instagram, and a lot of information from you. You are like a source of information about media dialogue product. Thank you, Minoas. And next, our trainer is Gustav Spahn. Unfortunately, he is not here right now, but we know that his team working on the our project and give the great results. Thank you, Gustav. Well, and next part of certificates will be given for keynote speakers. Natia Talboriza, we talked with her yesterday evening after end of our conference, and we taped and recorded our conversation, and it will be shared on YouTube channel. Next speaker. Oh, Katerina, help me to read this name, because you know how it pronounced.
Just a second. Yes, Alaeddin Alagarbadi. This is the wonderful director of Center Salam in Kyiv, the center of the foreign languages. They are teaching people Turkish, Arabic, and also Russian for the foreigners, and they adjusted to the pandemic times really nicely, and I'm glad that they were present yesterday to share their experience with us, because we were talking about the national minorities, and it is very important because it represents that we have different nationalities in Ukraine, and it shows how tolerant our society is. And the next person is Tariq Sarhan, who is the historian. He is working also in the cultural center, in Arabic Cultural Center in Kyiv, and he told us a bit about the Muslim community in Ukraine. The next person is, I would really like to thank them for joining, because they gave us a perspective about the Armenian diaspora in Ukraine, and it was very important to hear it also. And it is very, it is a very nice representation of the life of people from different countries and how they are fighting with the pandemic, and how they are living in Ukraine, and how they are collaborating with the society.
And can I add, maybe make a short preview? I
Yes,
will
sure.
write an article about activity of Armenian diaspora in Ukraine, according to Martin's speech, and my participant in Union of Armenians of Ukraine. And so you can check our website and then read the article.
Thank you very much.
Our next speaker was Roger Casal, and he was very interesting. He had a very interesting speech, and he had a certificate too. I asked for remote control for this presentation and try to, our colleague, Maxim Tsitnitsky, he's represented our university and told about problems with representation on the scientific field of our university and all universities in Ukraine. The next one, Angelika Kovshar. We know from her about problems with dental sphere during pandemic of coronavirus. Next one, Alexandra Galus. We had a long history connected with Alexandra. She was our PhD student. She wrote her thesis in our university. We work together and as partners between our university and the University of Adama Mickiewicz. We have agreement, and from 2013 we work together and very often communicate and help each other. Thank you, Alexandra, for your amazing speech. The next speaker, Vitaly Zhukhai. He told about situation on the east of Ukraine. And next one, Valery Bolgan. He told us about the situation on the east of Ukraine too. Next one, Yuri Zalizniak. He is our partner in different project, international project. He represented Ivan Franko National University of Lviv. It's a very famous university, and he told us about journalistic standards and situation with journalistic standards during pandemic. The next one, Vlad Yakushev, he told about how to work in during one armed conflict in hot zones. The next speaker, Alena Romaniuk, will get the certificate, and Boris Potyatinnik. He is like a legend of journalism in Ukraine, very famous person who published a lot of books about journalism, journalistic standards, and now he works in Ukrainian Catholic University. Grigory Pustovit, he told us about situation in the east of Ukraine and how to collaborate between different regions of Ukraine. Pavlo Alexenko helped us too to understand the situation of Ukraine. Mykola Voloshin, former head of police in Volodymyr. Well, moving on. Volodymyr Krivovich, he told us about collaborating in war zone. Maya Holub told us about human rights. He represented NGO from Volyn region. Also, Andriotis, you see, 38% will get gifts from St. Nicholas. Tatiana Kuznetsova, she is Dean of Faculty of Journalism, Odessa Law University, Odessa Law Academy, name of university. Is our partner too from 2018. The next one, Anatoly Tos. Moving on, Lina Kuch, she is first secretary of the National Union of Journalists of Ukraine. And now, very important part. We want to award our organizers and co-organizers. And first of all, I want to award person who is the heart of our communication, who is the center of communication of our project. The person who helps us to realize this project and every day support us. And I'm sorry, it could be problem with pronouncing your surname, like for example, with pronouncing my surname. I told about Lena Kronenberger. I hope I correctly read your surname. Congratulate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help and thank you for your assistance. All time we feel it.
Thank you. I can be part of the project.
Thank you very much. The next person, it's person who bring Media Dialogue project to Kiev, who meet us and who I think thanks of him we became part of this project. I told about Volodymyr Daniluk. Thank you very much. You just opened the other part of world and we very thank you for this. And you know, in Ukraine, sometimes told that some persons are right hand of you. It means that this person help you most of all, that this person, the main assistant in different sphere. And in Ukraine also told that some person left hand. It's like the second deputy person for who helping you. I want to say that this person, not right hand, not left hand, but head of all processes in this project, and not only in this project. This project in many projects that we realize it together. Without her, we will not have such a successful, I think it's successful project as we had now. Katerina Sokolova.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, the right hand, the left hand, and the heart and the soul.
And the head of all processes. You promised show your picture, but we couldn't see, only your avatar.
Yes.
Oh.
I wanted to leave it for the end.
Okay.
But
and
I think it is the end. So.
And it's closer. Not yet. And
can you see it?
Yes. But wait a little. The main person in this project, the person who found support, and who always give us new ideas and push us to do all our best in this project. It's Dr. Wolfgang Ressmann. Thank you very much. And
Thank
now,
you very much.
it's the same feelings from us.
Thanks all.
And now, Katerina, you may turn on your camera and help me. Oh, New Year 3. You are muted.
Can you see it?
Yes, New Year 3. We saw it.
So great. I wish everyone well, and I wish you a wonderful holidays. Please stay healthy and positive, because without being positive, we will not be able to realize such projects, and we will not be able to produce some wonderful products and to communicate with each other as we did during this project. So I think we've done an amazing job, because it was very difficult in the pandemic times, but we still managed to gather and to make it happen, really. So I wish you some wonderful time, and hopefully we will see each other in the next project. You can see this is the tree that we have in the institute.
I see only gifts in the bottom.
The gifts. In the gifts.
Yes, I dreamed about gifts.
Here it's closer. So thanks a lot, and till the next project. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Maybe someone want to tell a couple words. Yes.
Yeah, I also want to say thank you very much to all participants, and to one of our team, to Alina, our great translator. She did a really great job to make it possible that everyone can follow what we are doing. So a great thank you to Minsk, and have a nice Christmas time, and very good New Year. And let's hope that it will become normal again, and we can meet personally. Thank you very much to Kiev.
Thank you very much, all countries. Thank you very much, and I show you. Oh,
okay, and maybe a few words I would say. Yevgeny, it's really thank you. Though it's a bit early for Christmas wishes, but you already created this mood. The Santa Claus mood. So I really would like to say that all these bad things that passed in this year, it still have 2 weeks to go, but it was great experience for all of us, and it firmed up our relationship and network more than any way it would be possible. Thanks again, and my good wishes to all of you.
Thank you very much, Mkrtich. You are a real friend. We like it. Well, there is no comments more. That's why, Lena, you want to say something?
So do you have a certificate too, Yevhen? I think we need to say thank you to you as well. So
Thank you for your assistance. It was great. Well, thank you everyone, and we may end this project, this stage, and soon this year. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.